Hello and welcome back to Sakura Swim Club. Finally! We have a new member? They're overjoyed at the moment. I can't really join in, I don't know the full significance of it, but even though it had to be this guy, he's not going to let that go, I'm guessing. I'm just warning you, I haven't been swimming in years. Oh, don't worry about that. We'll both train you. She seems fairly confident about that, but Mako doesn't seem to like it. We will? I'm not a very good teacher. Miyako shifts nervously on the spot. Are you really sure we should teach him? Oh, come on, Mako, I know you're a good swimmer. Just show him how to do it. I'm not as good as you, though. I quickly glance at my watch and realise that it's getting late. Sorry to cut you off, but I really need to get home. Oh, okay. We will see you tomorrow, right? She looks at me with hopeful eyes. Yeah, of course you will. Look, seriously, I need to get home now. I'm sure we will see you. I'm sure too. She doesn't sound very confident about that. Really, I promise I will. Look, I'm sitting between you after all. Right, we'll be mad at you if you don't come. So please come after school. Tomorrow? Tomorrow after school, got it. Alright, it's agreed on. Until next time. That was a lot different to what I was expecting. This is why you need to have a look at things for yourself. Other people can easily mislead you. The sun was setting by the time I made it back home. This isn't exactly how I was expecting my first day to be. Thought it'd be the same old boring beginning. Introduce yourself, join a club, make friends, do study. It's gone far more differently than I thought it would. I've already made 2 new friends, and they're going to teach me how to swim. Do I really want to become a swimmer? Maybe not, but I think they need me. I don't want their club to close, they seem to love swimming. So, I'll have to wait and see how this works out. I have to think more about those rumours, though. Judging by what I saw, they were desperate for new members. Of course, that'd be a given that practically everyone else discourages anyone from joining the club. It isn't a wonder that they're only down to 2 members. So what exactly happened for things to end up that way? No one seems to want to talk about it. A distinct sound echoes through my apartment, cutting through my idle thoughts. I can hear the phone ringing. I already know who it is, but I don't want to answer the phone. Even if I ignore it, though, it's just going to keep ringing. They'd presume that something had happened if I didn't answer. So slowly, I pick up the phone. Now comes the moment I dread. Hey, Dad. His familiar masculine voice echoes through the phone. Hello, son. Just checking in to see how you're doing. Judging by the tone of his voice, he's nervous. What's wrong? Oh, it's just I rang earlier, but you weren't there. I was kind of worried about how your first day went. Don't worry, I was just a bit late getting back home, that's all. Well, it's good to hear that you're fine. Fine is a relative term for me. How was it, by the way? And he immediately goes for the kill. I can hear the anxiousness in those words. Is this school any better? He desperately wants to hear a yes. Practically it means the world to him now. Fortunately, I don't really have to lie to him about it. Yeah, I don't mind this one. What about friends? Have you made any new ones? His tone's a lot less grim, but still stings every time he asks that. But I don't dare say anything. A couple of girls I met at the swimming club. Pretty nice from what I can tell. Swimming club? The tone of his voice completely changes. What's wrong, Dad? Oh, nothing. It's just that... Do you really want to do swimming? Why wouldn't I want to do swimming? There's plenty of other clubs at the school. I checked it out myself. I just don't really see you as a swimmer, that's all. Would you consider doing anything else? Okay, why exactly is he discouraging me? Why are you discouraging me? Really, it's nothing. If you want to swim, then swim. Somehow I don't think he's telling me the whole truth behind that. Anyway, you said you made new friends. And he's changing the subject. I'll just go with it. If they're girls too. Every single time. I get that. I get that from my granddad, not from, my parents, but yes. I'm sure we've all got that one relative who insists on asking us how our love life's going. It's a little early to be planning anything like that, Dad. I can hear him scoff at that. Oh, don't be ridiculous, it's never too early. Your mother and I met in middle school after all. He always likes to bring that up whenever he can. Still, the two of them have been together for decades now. I think he's one of the few men to have truly achieved ideal love. And once again, I live in his shadow. There's nothing wrong with thinking about what sort of future you could have, Kada. You never knew if there's a cute girl in it. I know. Look, I'm only in high school, though. If I know my dad at all, then he's definitely shaking his head right now. That's the best time for romance. It's before you get old and cynical like me. And he laughs for a bit. Anyway, I have to make this brief today. Next time we talk, I promise I'll stay around for a bit longer. Your mother and I have high expectations, Kada. I know that you'll do us proud. Of course. Until next time, Kada. Later. The phone goes silent then. Yeah, Dad. I know you have high expectations. Wish you'd asked me if I wanted to be a prodigy. Every time we talk, I feel like you're on the edge of asking that question. And we always barely avoid it. Why can't I just be myself? Rays of light dance across my face, and with great effort I pull myself up, stumble over to the window. The light blinding me as I try to look out. My eyes eventually adjust. It looks like another sunny day today. Good morning, world. No one there to say good morning back. Was I really expecting anything else, though? So, this is day 2. Seems to be going far faster than I was expecting. My curtains billow as a strong wind howls through the window. Summer storms are supposed to be coming in today. I really hope that it isn't raining by the time I get home. Knowing my luck, though, it probably will be. I didn't have to run myself ragged to get to school on time, thankfully. But as I reach the front gate of the school, I can't help but notice someone standing at the gate. Fancy seeing you here, Kada. Everyone goes through this gate eventually. Not everyone goes through this gate to get into school, you know. You get the idea. It's not that special to see me here. Nonetheless, it is nice to see you. Nice to see you too. So I heard a bit about you through rumours. Are you really the son of who I think you are? Oh, no, someone's worked out who I am. Yes. What of it? You're not... well, not really what I would have expected. And what were you expecting exactly? Everyone talks about your father as being larger than life. An extremely charismatic and talented man. You're quite different from what I've seen so far. And why should I be the same as my father? 50% genetic share. Just putting it out there, you share exactly 50% of your DNA. Well, I was going to say you share exactly 50% of your DNA with your father, but that's not true because all human beings share about 99 point... No, is it 99.97 or something? It's some ridiculously high, amount of our DNA with each other, and it's only incredibly subtle differences that lead to things like, different heights and different hair colours and stuff like that. Let's face it, we share way more than 90% with chimpanzees, so yeah. So anyway, yeah, but you do get 50% of your DNA from each parent, so that's a decent enough reason to assume you'd be at least a little like them. I'm me, that's all I want to be. Right, I see. She nods thoughtfully to herself. Is this the 3rd school you transferred to this year? Yes. Why do you move around so much? Not really my choice to. It isn't your choice. Look, I'm just going to say this to you. My father has expectations. I haven't been meeting those expectations. It's something I'd rather not talk about with a stranger. So, don't bring this up again, okay? Right, sorry. I was just curious. And she does seem like she's sincerely sorry. It really is my own problem to deal with. So, let's not talk about it. Okay, you've got a deal. So, looking forward to class today. If this wind weren't howling, I'd be happy as can be. I know what you mean. On windy days like this, I always have... Is anybody expecting a CG where a gust of wind goes past and blows a skirt up? Because... I'm calling it right now, that's probably going to happen. Problems. Problems? What kind of... It's amazing how predictable these games are at this point. I really can... I can call most of the pervy CGs in advance. Granted, I'd have been wrong earlier, because my assumption earlier would have been, you know, he goes into the changing rooms looking for them and, of course, catches them changing, because that's a classic for these games. But that was so predictable. The wind begins to howl even louder, and great gusts sweep across the school's entrance. And Hiomi tries to prevent her skirt from flying upwards, but she completely fails. She leans forward and places her hands on the front of her skirt, only for the back of it to fly up, leaving me with an unobscured view. Her face becomes a strange mixture of despair, panic and embarrassment. Also, what the hell is going on with her spine? I've just realised this. For her backside to be presented that way, she'd have to be bending her spine at about 90 degrees, or at the very least about 70 backwards. That cannot be good for you. No! Oh, why now? The stockings are overlaid, laced, white panties, and they cling so tightly to her form that there's no room to imagine anything. It's all very plainly exposed to the naked eye. Wildly flailing all around her, her skirt is completely flipped inside out. She's completely at the mercy of these winds. And the wind only grows stronger too as the storm grows closer. Why are you looking at me like that? What's wrong with you? You know, I think she has bigger problems than what I'm doing. How are you so calm in a situation like this? It's nudity. Well, it's, you know, these things happen. Let's face it, you know, at the end of the day, the human body is the human body, and I have no goddamn idea why we're all so embarrassed about it. Still, that comes from being, actually, I don't know where my attitudes to sex come from, to be honest, because I'm getting more and more sort of, you know, oh, what the hell is the point as I get older? You know, with the general sort of, oh, we've all got to be embarrassed by this, and think of the children. Yeah, and children are going to grow up and have sex. No point being embarrassed about it. It's a fact of life. Still, sorry, off the high horse, off the high horse. She tries to cover herself, but no matter where she places her hands, the winds reveal something. I need to get out of this wind. Her eyes begin to dart all over the place, desperately searching for shelter in the storm. Don't just stand there and stare, help me! How exactly am I supposed to help her? Oh please, this is so embarrassing! I can't handle it! For a split moment she takes her hands away from her skirt, and the result is pretty much what everyone could have expected. It flies up completely. No, not like this! She takes off, disappearing into the school. So that's why she doesn't like windy days. Somehow I got the impression she ain't going to be leaving until the wind dies down. Now, see, nice, close-fitted knee-length skirt. Heck, even an ankle-length skirt would absolutely fix that problem. For most of the day, all I do is stare at the clock. God, you are a terrible student. My teacher drones on and on. Yet all I can concentrate on is the swimming club. I'm actually interested in the club, which is strange for me. And to my relief, I hear the bell ring. As always, I expect you to review the material when you get home. As the other students stream out of the room, he approaches my desk again. So, you actually went to the swimming club? That's right. I'm presuming you joined. Yeah, is that a problem? Oh, you probably already have a good picture of the circumstances around the swimming club. There was an incident that happened, and everyone has avoided it since. Okay, why hasn't anyone told me what happened? No one wants to talk about tragic circumstance. So what happened is bad. That's all I've managed to guess for now. It's best to show some sensitivity. Undoubtedly, they would hate to hear the students talking about it behind their backs. And troubled, my teacher walks over to his desk and takes a seat. I do not understand why you want to know so badly. Some things are better left forgotten. Okay, right. Unless they accidentally murdered another student by drowning them. You know, I fail to see how this could be as bad as they're implying. Best to leave well enough alone and let time heal the wound that was caused. Don't you think? Talking about problems helps though, doesn't it? I feel it would be better left in the hands of a professional. He seems to grow weary of the conversation quite quickly. I guess that it would not be appropriate for a teacher to comment on such things, though. Well, hopefully we'll find out what the heck's going on here in the next part, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you then.